Welcome to a Sunday afternoon in Riley's garden, and this week we are planting turnips. I've got this bed here, one of my 20-inch by 4-foot beds. I have one eggplant plant still growing in it, and I'm still harvesting, as you saw last week. If you saw last week's video, look at this. I really need to get it some support. It's just drooping down. There's a nice eggplant growing on that limb right there. But we're going to leave this in here. What I am going to do is I'm going to take out the soaker hose that I have in this bed by just unscrewing it and pulling it out. And while I'm doing that, talk about the turnips that we picked last week. And Bella, come here, Bella. You barking at the chicken again? Say hello to everybody. Say hello. Come on. Up here. What are you doing? Hi. Oh my goodness. Say hello to YouTube. All right. It's a nice shirt your mom put on you. So last week we harvested the Tokyo Cross turnips from Kitazawa Seeds, and they're quite small, but we had a lot of them, and I made them into turnip soup, the recipe I found on the internet. And the soup came out really good, but there's a caveat to that, because although the soup came out really good, one of the ingredients in the soup was curry powder. And if you've ever done any cooking, with curry powder, you would know that, at least for my palate, that taste is very, very overpowering. And any flavor that's in the soup, it overpowers it. So although the soup was really good, I have no idea how the turnips tasted in the soup, because you couldn't taste anything other than the curry powder. It could have been rhubarb soup for all I would have known, because all I could taste really was the curry. So a little bit of a fail there, but we're going to plant more turnip this week. We're going to plant Kitazawa Seed Tokyo Cross, the ones that we picked last week, and we are going to plant your stock purple top globe turnip. You may be thinking, Riley, why are you taking the mulch out of your garden bed? And the answer is I really don't need it in the winter. The mulch, the temperatures here, it's December in Texas, and the temperatures just don't get hot enough to where I'm losing a lot of moisture from the beds. And I like to take it out and I like to recycle it in my compost bin as a brown when I cut the grass. So I'm taking it out. I'm going to be recycling it, and next March, when I redo all of these beds, this will have been mixed with 2 times the same quantity bucket grass clippings and turned into green compost that will go back into these beds, and then I'll go ahead and invest in some more mulch and cover them up again. But first thing we're going to do now is have a drink of this coffee. What I want to do now with this bed is I want to come in and I want to give it a good watering, because that will make it easier for me to run my trenches, and I'll feel more confident if I pre-water it that all my seeds are going to germinate, or all my seeds will have a much better chance of germinating. So let me go get a hose and we'll water this down. All right, we have our hose and I'm watering this in, and I'm feeling very lucky now in South Texas about how wonderful the weather is today. It was a low of 47 last night and a high of about 65 degrees today. But we also had 3 months of highs greater than 105 degrees this summer. So you have to take it with a grain of salt. This time of year, it's always great. So I've watered that in. Get my trowel out. We'll just do some trenches. Ooh. And I'm just going to do 2 trenches wide, like that, right under this. I'll go ahead now and trim some of my eggplant. Get the leaves out of the way here. There we go. Perfectamundo. And I just did two trenches, like that. Looking good. Let's do Kitazawa Seed Company, Tokyo Cross on this side, purple top, globes on that side. And I'm just gonna be, ooh, little tiny seeds. Look just like kohlrabi seeds and look like bok choy seeds. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just planting these about 5 to 6 inches apart. I'm going to let them grow quite big. And by the time they have matured, I'm going to have taken this eggplant out, most likely. If not, these ones in the back aren't going to grow so well. And I got some extras I don't feel like putting in there. Okay, that was really dumb because I just put. All right, what are we gonna do now? I need to take a short break and regroup there because, yeah, I messed up. I did two trenches, and I was gonna do 1 trench of the Tokyo Cross and 1 trench of the purple tops, and I did 2 trenches of the Tokyo Cross. So I regrouped, thought about it, and what we're going to do is just put another trench right down the middle here, and we'll have 1 row of Tokyo Cross here, 1 row of Tokyo Cross here, and in the center, 1 row of purple top globes. So, my little trench, like that. Let's get some purple tops, and we will plant them in there. I just wasn't thinking I was talking to you guys, and completely spaced out. So, where is my, there it is. Here are the seeds right here. Turnip soup recipes. Anybody out there, point me in the direction of your favorite one, and I would like to give it a try. I do quite a bit of cooking, and some of the soups that I make, turnip goes great in them. My wife is actually better at the soups than I am, and she really is creative with whatever is growing or whatever is ripe in the garden, whether it be the bok choy, or the spinach, or the kohlrabi, or the eggplant, whatever is, or the turnips, whatever is ripe, of incorporating that into our soups that we eat, which is pretty cool. I'm not as creative that way. I'm more of a, here are the directions, follow the directions, Riley step A, Riley step B, Riley step C. It's my engineer brain, I guess, that likes to just follow within 2 straight lines, stay within the box. Okay, so healthy for me to get outside the box every once in a while. Let me just cover that up. We've already watered this, so no problem there. We are going to have a lot of turnips coming up here. The good news is they're going to be really easy to tell apart because one has a purple top. Sunday afternoon, and I am just about out of gas for the week. Hey everybody, I'm going to wrap up this video. Thanks for watching. If you know of a great or a good turnip soup recipe, drop that down in the comments, or drop a link to it down in the comments. I'm really interested in that. I am going to go wind down for the rest of my weekend and get ready for next week of work. And then just 2 more weeks and it's Christmas. So hopefully we'll see everybody next week.